So, Cantor Goldstein, thank you for letting me interview you today.
My pleasure.
Very excited. Um, let's start with an easy question. How long have you been in the cantorate?
50 years or so.
50 years?
hmm
Wow, that's something. So, how did your personal musical style evolve over the years up to today?
So, for example, Cantor, Lawrence Avery was my first coach at the school. And he taught me, um, bearing in mind, of course, that I came in with a fairly good knowledge of Chazanut, and I had influence from my dad. But he taught me kind of a more of a lyrical approach, more of a secular, if you want to say that, if you will, approach to handling phrasing, etc., etc. So I learned quite a bit from him.
Well, I was curious about the changes
All right.
that you've observed in the American cantorate in general, and what you felt was the most
Oh,
beneficial.
I see. Okay, so well, that was a change that was quite a while ago. Um, I, if anything, I think that the fact that cantors are moving towards being co-clergy is very beneficial, and I believe that the curriculum of the school has tried to address that issue with PD courses and other things to try and meet that challenge. So I think that is certainly a beneficial aspect. I think congregations need to know that that cantors can fulfill that role, especially these days when having a cantor who officiates only is really a luxury. So
So this question is very apt for your history with the students of the school. What advice would you give to a newly invested cantor?
well, that is really very hard. I honestly, I, I'm not really sure how to answer that question, because so much of what you have to do in order to be successful is in a way um, compromising what what your beliefs might be, what your thoughts might be about the cantor, what your thoughts might be about your role in the synagogue. And it's very hard to tell a student, a graduate right out of school, that you have to start by compromising. But that that might be what it is. I don't think any of us can say that we went into our roles as cantors in congregations with the full um, idea of what we would like to be, whether what we would like our role to be, actually whether that actually happened. I think it very rarely, if ever, happens. And for those of our graduates to whom it did, then I say kol hakavod, you did it. But for most of us, I think there were compromises all over the place. So if you can live with those compromises until you are able to establish yourself on a better footing, then I guess that would be the advice. But I give it reluctantly.
So another tough question for you, Cantor Goldstein.
Sure.
What do you hope that your colleagues would say about you today?
That I was funny guy. No, cut that out. Take that one out. um, uh, well, I would hope that they would think of me, about my colleagues or students. I'm sorry.
Well, a lot of your students are now your colleagues,
colleagues.
so let's say both.
You're right. I would hope that they would look kindly upon the years we spent together, that they did learn something from me, and I, in turn, actually want to thank them, because amongst the many things that I learned as director of the school, the one thing that they did teach me what to do is how to lead. because learning how to lead is not saying yes all the time, it's not saying no all the time. And it is learning how, it is something that is not easy, and it's something that when I first became director, I didn't think I would know how to do properly. But over the years, they taught me how. So I thank them.